Alright, so this is going to be a little bit different, but this is a story time because nobody's ever done that before, about how I pretty much almost defecated all over my pantaloons in high school. Now, I was about 14 or 15 when this happened. I don't really remember. I just know it was freshman year of high school, right? And the night before, I'm playing some games, you know, because I ain't got shit to do. What day was it? I don't know. It was a school night. I had already had school that day. And I come home and I'm playing games, and my dad tells me, he's like, I'm making chicken piccata tonight. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. It's like grilled butter chicken or some shit. And I'm like, hell yeah, because it's delicious. And he makes it really, really good. And I grab like maybe 3 or 4 pieces of chicken. And they're decent sized. They're like Cane's chicken finger size, kind of. And I just start fucking that shit up. Like, I put a little bit of salt on there. And I know that's like crazy, like unheard of seasoning, right? But I just threw a shitload of salt on that thing. And I was like, this is the life. I was eating it, I was cutting it, and I was eating it and putting that shit in my face hole, right? I was pounding down the damn meat, you could say. And this is before I found out I was like really sensitive to dairy. And there was a shitload of butter on this chicken, right? Like, my dad did not go easy on this damn butter. And nothing initially happened, like, my stomach didn't hurt for like the rest of the night, you know? It didn't really hurt all that much in the morning. And I was taken to school, and I was in my first period class, right? And I felt a little woozy. I felt a little bit of a pain in my stomach. And I was like, oh, surely this is no big deal, right? Like, it's just gonna go away, because it's like that sharp pain after you eat something like really that your stomach doesn't like. And it just feels like you're being stabbed for like 2 seconds, and then it's okay. And I was like, okay, surely this, it's no big deal, right? Like, it'll just go away. And then, like, surely I'm not gonna have to shit at school, you know? And that's the error in my thinking. I get to about my 3rd period class, and I'm like, uh-oh, my stomach really hurt. And like, I was trying to power through my 3rd period class, right? Like, this was extremely rough for me, because it just felt like I had this like huge ass gas bubble in my stomach, you know what I mean? Like it was about to burst at any given moment. But I was genuinely not prepared for like what was about to happen. Like, what was about to happen would be extremely traumatic and painful, and I thought nothing of it really at the time, because, you know, I was in my 3rd period class. The end of my 3rd period class, I had 3 more left in the day. You know, I get through lunch, and I get through my 3rd period class with this, like, pain, right? I really think nothing of it. And I get to my 5th period class, and this is where shit really starts to get real, you know what I mean? Like, no pun intended, this is where shit starts to go a little crazy, you know? And by this point, the stomach pain has intensified about double, and I'm like, shit, like, I gotta fucking go, dude. Like, I gotta go really bad. And my teacher had revoked my bathroom privileges previously, because what I used to do, and I think everybody did this in high school, is they used to just ask to go to the bathroom, and then they would just leave class and walk around the damn hallway for like, I don't know, like 5 to 10 minutes, you know, because like, I just wanted to get up, you know, like I wasn't even trying to do anything. Like, I was just trying to get up and walk around, because I was sitting in a damn chair for like 30 minutes previously. I was like, fuck, dude, I gotta get up. And I told my teacher, I was like, I gotta get up. I gotta go to the bathroom. This is really bad. And she's like, nope, you can wait till break. You have to wait till break to use the bathroom. And I was like, okay. So we went on a little like 5-minute outside break or whatever, about halfway through the class. And like, I was dying by this point. I felt like my anus was about to explode. Like, it was just gonna be liquid shit coming out of my butthole at unimaginable speed. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm like, I am so ready to shit. I'm so ready to take a massive dump on this break. And keep in mind, we had this period for 2 hours this day. And it was about the hour mark when we took our break. And like, genuinely, I felt like I was dying. I really felt like I was going to kneel over and fucking die in the middle of the classroom. And it was break time. I felt so relieved. I was like, oh my god. Finally, I can let this massive mud monkey out of my butthole, right? And I get to the bathroom, and it's just full of motherfuckers. Like, there's only 3 stalls, right? And all 3 stalls were full. There was, like, at least 5 to 7 people waiting outside of the stalls, and I was like, God damn it. Like, I was so unbelievably disappointed. At this point, I genuinely didn't know what I was going to do, because I was farting up a damn tornado in that classroom. Like, I was sitting there, like, I was farting, like, you couldn't hear it, but I was farting so fucking bad that I probably could have started the next COVID. Or, like, my farts were so nasty that, like, genuinely they were radioactive, and, like, that room should have been considered a biohazard after I was done with it. But pretty much I go outside and, like, I just sit and I talk to my friends, and I'm like, fuck, dude, like, I don't bring up that I have to take a fucking fat shit. Like, I think the term steamer would be most appropriate for this, but I didn't tell him, because that's fucking weird. I didn't really know him like that. So, like, I can't be like, guys, I have to take a big fucking poop. Like, you can't do that. So, it gets to the point where we have about 20 minutes left of class, and I'm dying. Like, my butthole is clenched so hard. Like some fucking vice grips, okay? Like, my 2 cheeks are the 2 teeth on the vice grips. And, like, I'm just clenching harder than I've ever clenched in my life, trying not to make this, like, liquid soup of shit fall out of my butthole at, like, Mach 17. Because it was about that time. It was about that damn time. And, like, I just had to get up and go tell my teacher. I was like, I need to go to the nurse. This is an emergency. And she said, okay, you can go to the nurse. And I was like, thank fuck. And previously, I had texted my dad and told him to pick me up, because, like, it was genuinely, like, an emergency. Like, I told my dad to pick me up. I was like, fuck this. I'm not gonna sit in this damn class anymore. And she's only like, there's 20 minutes of class left. And I'm like, I need to go right now. It's an emergency. And she's like, I would have spared no detail if she told me, no, you can't go to the nurse. I would have told her that I'm about to erupt like Yellowstone. Like, that's what it felt like. It felt like I had Yellowstone inside of my digestive system, my colon, and my large intestine. And I went to the nurse, right? I walked all the way down there with my fucking nurse pass, feeling like the shit, because security couldn't stop and say, What are you doing? Stop! Go to class. And I could be like, I'm going to the nurse. Fucking idiots. So I go to the nurse, and I'm like, I need to use the bathroom. And she's like, okay. And I step in this bathroom, and there's all this, like, freaky-ass medical equipment all over the bathroom. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is used for. Like, strapping kids down or something? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing in here. And I prop myself up on that toilet, and when I tell you, it was embarrassingly loud, that fart I let out. I was up on that toilet, nonstop, just... I swear. Genuinely, like, it was so bad. And I was praying, because the door was thin, and I was praying that nobody heard me on the outside. I was in that bathroom for maybe 20 to 30 minutes. Genuinely, like, I was sitting in that bathroom for about 20 to 30 minutes, just letting it loose, letting the porcelain feel my turd tornado. Like, genuinely, it was pure liquid for like 20 minutes straight. And, like, it smelled horrible in there. It smelled awful. But I felt great knowing that I had gotten that just shit Katrina out of my butt. And I really couldn't have felt better. And I was like, I felt like, you know, like when you throw up after being nauseous for like multiple hours, and you finally throw up and you just feel so good and like clear, and like I just felt great. And then my dad picked me up, and on the whole drive, I was telling him this whole story on the whole drive home. Like, she didn't fucking let me go to the bathroom. She didn't let me go. I mean, you know, she probably thought I was just gonna fucking walk around for 10 minutes, but genuinely, like, I had to shit, you know? And then after I get home and I tell my mom about this, and I'm like, fuck this. And I'm like, I get a little slight stomach pain again, and I'm like, oh my god. So I hop up on my toilet, and the same, it's not as intense, but like the same general thing happened. Like, I was just up on that damn toilet for about, I don't know, I think this one was much, it was 45 minutes to an hour. I was just clearing my intestines. It was like a cleanse. Like, it was genuinely a cleanse of my organs and my intestines. And my colon was probably red. It was probably bruised and red after this poop had left my digestive system. And it was the most clear I've ever felt in my entire life, genuinely. I've never felt this pure in my whole life after I took that shit. And it was just so great and so wonderful. But that's my story time about how I almost pooped my fucking pants in high school. And make sure to press the dislike button if you don't do that, actually. YouTube they'll say no. No. Push subscribe or else you'll, if you don't subscribe, you will turn into the Pringles man. Don't ask me how I know, but sources, that's what they've been telling me, that if you don't push subscribe, you will turn into the Pringles man. And you will also get $1 billion in a private island if you push the subscribe button. But that's it. See ya.